What's up guys and welcome. You're watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 6 weeks out physique updates of the conqueror William Bonac. And these pictures are posted by his new coach Stefan, who by the way recently made this statement that throughout his coaching career, he has never seen someone change so damn fast in a matter of just a few weeks. And just to remind you guys, Stefan has been working with Nathan Diesha, who has one of the craziest metabolism in the men's open bodybuilding, who has literally gotten ready in 6 weeks time, and he has actually won shows in the past. So Bonac's genetics in that regard, they even surpass Nathan's. So let's talk about his current update. The first thing that I noticed in these check-in pictures is the size difference between Bonac's legs. His left leg appears significantly bigger than his right one, and that's not because of the angle at which the picture was taken. That has been an issue for Bonac for quite some time. We saw that in the past as well. And Bonac actually publicly talked about this as well, especially when he was coming back for the Arnold Classic 2022. But still, I have to say, extremely impressive for a guy who is about to turn 42. So Bonac is showcasing a gravy tipper in that front double biceps. But these are IFBB pros we are talking about. Everyone looks excellent in the gym all by himself. What matters is how these guys compare when they are up on that stage. So Bonac's waist has started to look a tad bit blockier, especially in the last couple of years. And that actually became really evident when he stood next to Derek Lunsford at the Olympia 2022 in that initial call-outs. And many of us knew right there and then that the young guns have caught up to the veterans. And we also realized that Bonac is past his prime now. So Bonac made his pro debut in 2013. So that is already more than a decade-long career with some amazing accomplishments, like the 2 Arnold Classic Ohio titles, plus runner-up at the Olympia. And personally, if you guys ask me, I think this is gonna be William Bonac's final run. And I would very much like to see him on the Olympia stage. And it would be so amazing that he gets a standing ovation at the biggest stage of bodybuilding, and he gives his final speech on the Olympia stage. So, the first show that Bonac is gonna be doing is Emperor Classic Spain, where his biggest competition is gonna be Michal Krizo. So, can Bonac beat Michal Krizo at this point? Well, I have to say it isn't gonna be as easy, because Michal Krizo is bringing the heat, especially in this current update. He is looking absolutely freaky. He has the size to dwarf all the short guys. And we have to keep in mind, William Bonac is a short guy. And if he doesn't have that 3D pop to his muscles, that is his trademark, it is highly unlikely that he will be able to beat Michal Krizo as well as Behrouz Tabani, especially if both these guys are on. And the chances of Krizo coming in off, they are very little. He is the defending champion here. He is top 7 in the world. And if we take a look at his last 3 showings, Spain, Olympia and Prague, he was on in each and every single one of them. So, nailing the conditioning, that is no longer an issue for Michal Krizo. So Bonac is gonna have to beat a guy 10 years younger than him. Not to mention a guy who is entering his prime now. And don't get me wrong, William Bonac from 2017, the year he placed top 3 at the Olympia, that will absolutely destroy everyone in this lineup. But the thing is, it isn't the same William Bonac anymore. So if you guys ask me, I am more excited to see this battle between Behrouz Tabani and Michal Krizo, because these 2 guys were supposed to battle it out at Pittsburgh Pro last year. But sadly that did not happen because of Behrouz's visa problems. So Behrouz Tabani is an Iranian phenomenon who everyone wants to see on the Olympia stage. Because the thing is, he is a fierce competitor. And also looking at this current update of him, he is looking pretty damn solid right now. For 6 weeks out, his conditioning looks extremely good. And I want to point out his legs here, because they are looking a lot more balanced now. Especially in comparison to his upper half, he is looking a lot more balanced now, which so far has been the biggest weakness for him. Everyone kept telling him that he needed more quads, he needed more size on his legs. So who do you guys think has the best shot at winning this one? I think Michal Krizo is gonna be extremely hard to beat here. He has the size advantage over everyone here, and he has got just one weak shot, and that is the back double biceps. So I think he is the favorite going into this show. But do let me know what you guys think. Can Behrouz Tabani come out on top? Akim William publishes a physique update 5 weeks out of his next show, which is gonna be Toronto Pro. So, just take a look at that lower back right now. I have to say, absolutely insane. So Akim was probably the biggest surprise of the show at the Arnold Classic Ohio. Because before that, he was coming in off show after show since the Olympia 2020. And the fans almost lost all the hope that he is ever gonna duplicate that same look. But the transformation that he did from the prejudging to the finals of the Arnold, that was beyond impressive. None of us thought that a guy would jump from 7th to straight 4th place in just 24 hours. But Akim Williams shocked everyone, and lots of credit must be given to his current coach Krizo. And Krizo was able to bring him even better at the Arnold UK, where he convincingly beat John De Rosa to land in the solid 3rd spot. So Akim Williams, when he is truly on, when he is actually peaked right, he is extremely hard to beat, and the reason is his size. He has that incredible density on his chest. His muscularity is second to none. He has a very small waist, and his side shorts are probably one of the best in the men's open bodybuilding at the moment. And the reason is that insane detail that he has on his side leg. So who else is confirmed for Toronto Pro, which is happening next month? So far, Hassan Mustafa has made the announcement, but you never know. Quentin Beastwood might also jump into the show to represent his country here. So Hassan Mustafa is gonna have a very tough time against a guy like Akim Williams. Because Akim Williams has a way better flow. He has way better symmetry than Hassan Mustafa. And just because Hassan Mustafa is working with a new coach this time, you never know how will that play out. Because it is pretty clear that Hassan doesn't get shredded that easily unless he's working with AJ Sims. Because that was the only time he was actually peeled to the bone. So both Hassan Mustafa and Akim Williams has one thing in common. These guys are very inconsistent when it comes to peaking right. So Akim Williams was also one of those guys who we all thought should have done Detroit Pro, but he actually never committed to it. So right now, definitely the favorite going into Toronto Pro. So will we ever see Hadi Choopan guest pose at the Pittsburgh Pro? After all, he is one of the biggest names in the men's open bodybuilding, and he is the biggest threat to Derek Lunsford and his Olympia title. And Hadi stays in an amazingly good shape all year long. So Hadi was spotted training his back. And it is kinda sad that the fans will not have this opportunity to see him next to some of the biggest names in the industry next weekend. So the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing is a lot different, because all these guys are a bit more relaxed, because there is no sense of a real competition here, and everyone up there is just having fun. So let's just hope that Hadi and his team does make it happen in the future. So are you guys ready for this rematch between Hadi and Derek in 6 months? I think it is gonna be legendary, because Hadi Choopan just showed us at the Arnold Classic Ohio what he is truly capable of, especially when he is truly on. And even Hadi not at his personal best, he was able to beat Samson Dauda, who was at his personal best. So making it pretty clear that him and Derek are in a different league. So this is probably gonna be the best version of Derek versus the best version of Hadi Choopan. And this is probably gonna be one of the most memorable years. So do let me know what you guys think. Who will come out on top this time in round 3? Next up, we have an update from Urs Klashinsky, which is about a week out of his first guest posing at the Pittsburgh Pro. And I have to say, damn, he isn't playing around. He was eating more than 4,000 calories and still he looks so damn peeled right now. So Urs made a lot of noise on that statement that he is gonna be the guy to beat Chris Bumstead, and the timing of that statement, that was certainly questionable, because as per his track record, the statement wasn't realistic. Because now he has to beat at least 3 guys before he gets the chance to stand next to Chris Bumstead. But still, I have to say, some sort of smack talk, that is always good for the sport. That brings more engagement and hypes up the event even more. So will Urs convince Chris Bumstead to take off his shirt at the Pittsburgh Pro as well? Maybe that is already the plan, as Chris has been looking pretty decent during this off-season. He isn't shredded exactly, but that structure of Chris's, that is absolutely exceptional. So the only classic guy who has guest posed here in the Pittsburgh Pro, that is Brian Ansley. So Urs getting this opportunity is a special one. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.